Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Blood Talk with your host, Joey Blaze. We are live tonight here from the studio at an undisclosed location. Joining me tonight, as usual, is Ross Collins. Hey, there he is. All right. I want to first start off the episode on a few couple notes. Want to wish the best to Lurie right now for what he's going through. For those who did not know, Lurie was taken to the hospital about an hour or two ago. He's currently there for the moment due to COVID-19. His headache has gotten worse. His fever has gone up in temperature. He's not improved at all so far. We're hoping for the best. Want to give our love to Lurie tonight. Hope you're doing well, bro. I know you're going to fight and make it through. But got to give out a lot of love and prayers tonight to Lurie, man. He's going through a lot. Same thing, and I'll give some love and prayers to the Cook family for the loss of Ronnie Cook over the last few days. He'll have a viewing on Saturday night at 6 p.m. And we'll be paying tribute to him as well as Pernell Ricks Saturday morning, 8 o'clock for X-Dogs and Outlaws, as well as another one later in the day with the Reckless Villains and Venom and prime time games. Later on, we'll have another one for Ronnie. So just want to give a lot of love out there to everybody. It's very tough times, but we're going to get it through together as a community. And let's go ahead and start off by talking about what's to come in the month of April. It's April, Ross.
It is April.
There you go. It is April. There's a line. But yeah, it's April now. We got a lot of things going on this month in April, flag football related. It all kicks off Saturday morning, 8 a.m., Keystone Flag Football League. We got 5 games going on. It's going to be awesome. First game will be at 8. It's going to be X-Dogs and Outlaws. We talked about that last night. The Dogs return to the KFFL for the first time in 2 years in league play. Last time they played in Keystone was June 1st, 2019. Yeah, it's been 2 years almost since we last saw the X-Dogs in the KFFL. And, of course, we'll see what the Outlaws have in store. You know, big shout out to Grant Smith and what he plans on doing with the Outlaws. Looking forward to seeing this team this year. I'm hoping to see a little bit more of the team that I saw for the Browns in the playoffs last year that gave TBT a fight to the finish. But we'll see what happens. Should be a really interesting game for X-Dogs and Outlaws. And then at 9:15, the next game coming up, got another good game. It's going to be lit. It's going to be legit. We will have a 9-man rematch of the NEN Championship as the Killer Bees take on the Tri-State Spartans. Let me tell you, these two spent a lot of time together last summer in Camp COVID, trying to get some games going. I think they played each other at least 5 times. Spartans wanted to play everybody every week. They were making scrimmages 3 or 4 a week with different teams. It was a rotation of Ruckus, Team Blood Talk. Remember that time they beat us?
No.
You don't remember that time they beat us?
I know.
They beat us over at the, what's that park? Black Rock Park, yeah. I will never put the footage out there because I'm embarrassed of losing to the Spartans. But, you know, they went around, they played them, they played the Bees, they played the program. Rest in peace. You know, you look at it like this. The Spartans Beast game is going to be great. We talked about it a lot last night. I'm really looking forward to it. Should be a fun one. That second game of the day. Yeah, 9:15. So you can sleep in, Ross, unless you want to check out the X-Dogs, see how they're looking for this spring.
I got to slang sheds.
You got to sell sheds?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you want to ride on down to the Jefferson Shed lot on Route 180, 340, right around that area.
340, yeah.
340, but you can get on from Route 180.
Depends on which way you're coming from.
Exactly, Ross. Depending which way you're coming from, head on down to the shed lot. Ross has sheds, and he has some triple threat flags he's trying to get rid of too. So if you want some sheds and triple threat flags, hit up Ross Collins today. That's the shed lot in Jefferson, adjacent on 340 going eastbound.
Right by the Crown.
What?
Right by the Crown.
Right by the Crown. I thought you said right by the Cram.
Nope.
Okay.
Sure didn't say scram. Look, they scrammed. Look.
Oh, come
I
on.
nailed it.
Come on, Ross.
I'm just saying I had a thing going there.
I know. Y'all in the program used to be some really good rivals back in the day.
Yeah, those are my boys, man.
I love the
They
program.
did all scram. I'm just saying the whole team scram.
Yeah, they're gone now, but, they still live on in our hearts. Shout out program. We'll talk about them a little bit later on. This is just going to be kind of a free-for-all show tonight, We're paying tribute. We're talking about what's to come. We're previewing some games this weekend.
Yeah, I thought you said it was a Blunt Talk episode.
Exactly. It's Blood Talk, baby. It's live. We got a lot. We got guests coming on tonight. Yeah, we do. We got guests.
I never know. You never tell me anything anymore.
Hey, come on, Ross.
Caps are getting their ass kicked, bro.
Are they?
Woo. 7-4.
Yeah, if y'all playing the Kings, it'd be worse.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would be. Anyways, anywho, back to it. Killer Bees, Tri-State Spartans. I'm looking forward to it. And then after that, we got a nice one. There was a lot of off-the-field rumor last year about these two teams. There was a lot of questions about them. Who was with who with the Spartans and the Reckless Villains? There was a lot of accusations thrown out there in the offseason. Seems like there's a lot of tension between these two teams. And the fact this is going to be a week 1 game, right off the gate, this is Eric Carty as a commissioner saying, you know what, settle it right now. I'm joking, Eric. You're not doing this. Just let it go. Get it gone. You two go at it. Face off. Let's settle it. Drop the drama BS. Settle it on the field. Let's see who the better team is between you two. Let's see who recruited the best. Let's see who tried to take the most players. Go out there and see who can win. Because I feel like this Reckless Villain Spartans game is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, there's definitely potential there.
There's loads of potential. This is going to be a dogfight, bro. A dogfight. And then you take a look at the and of course, if you want to look at our predictions from this, go back and watch last night's episode. The episode of the Extra Yard of Keith Giles and I. Go back and watch that. You'll see what went down on predictions.
Tivis is a reckless villain.
Yes, he is. Chris Tivis.
What more do you need then? Reckless villain should be undefeated. There's literally there's no excuse other than if Tivis isn't there.
Well, let me tell you.
They should have, and that is possible.
That is possible. TJ has to check the PGA schedule to see if Chris Tivis is golfing or not that weekend.
Have a golfing round, especially when it starts getting warmer out.
Yeah, Tivis, that's his thing, man. He likes his golf
on the East Coast too.
Dude, his golfing credentials are insane. Like Chris Tivis is a top 5 golfer, in the state of Maryland.
He taught Tiger Woods everything he knew.
Dude, he beat Tiger Woods in a 1-on-1. I saw it.
That's why he started teaching.
Tivis was there and he won. Had he not there, it would have been different. Woods would have won. Because Tivis would have been there.
It was Tivis that Tiger Woods was cheating on his wife with. They were going to golf, but Tiger Woods didn't know how to tell his wife that, so he just came up with some girl name.
Tiffany is what he came up with. Tiffany. I can believe it. Tiffany. All right, enough of this. Keep going. Anyways.
Yeah, we spent way too much time with Tivis there.
I know you love your Chris Tivis.
I just like fucking with Tivis.
We love you, Tivis. Shout out Chris Tivis, the GOAT. Anyways, next game. We got a good one. We got Reckless Villains Primetime. This is an underrated game that a lot of people aren't even focusing on right now for some reason. Primetime is going to bring the York All-Star team. TJ Williams is going to bring the Winchester All-Star team. We're about to get some kind of weird-ass Virginia 8-man versus York 8-man game breaking out at a 9-man field in Shippensburg. It's going to be a tripped out, wild ass game, bro. This is going to be crazy because I know both of these teams, and both of these teams know a lot of good, talented players on both sides. This is going to feel like a circuit game. All these games feel like circuit games going into it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what's to come this weekend. And then you take a look at Venom in prime time after that. That's going to be the last game of the day. The West Virginia Venom, not the Robbie Sparks, Maryland, Baltimore Venom, in the Always Mills Flag Football League, which you can watch on Sundays in the spring, 8 a.m., kicking off here on Team Blunt Talk and Joey Blaze. Tune in for our new show, Inside the OMFFL, next Tuesday, 9 p.m. on Team Blunt Talk and Joey Blaze. But, the West Virginia Venom, they really do have something interesting going on. Johnny Cocho, Brandon Carasquillo and company, they're coming in there with that survivor mentality and are going out there to win. These guys are a machine out there on the field, and they got a heart of a lion. I have a lot of faith in this Venom team, but these ragtag gang of misfits are about to ball this Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it. That's enough for KFFL. Let's look forward to what else is going on, Ross.
Chili, or you're not looking at comments, or
I'm looking at comments. What's going on?
Chili just made a comment.
I've been playing one weekend and back for playoffs. My team is winning.
Can't skip over to Chili.
Oh boy, he did. Hey man, it's sad. Like he did show up for us last year. Said that was his last game, so I guess he's back now. Damn, Chili, we gave you a touchdown and everything.
Yeah.
Damn, Chili. At least come out and play for Warriors.
I'm still confused on how a team I helped run had all the other big guys scoring touchdowns and shit while I was out there playing offensive, defensive line, and fracturing my fibula.
Well, you would have fractured your fibula way sooner had you played any other position. Or you were, or worse,
corner.
or worse.
I play corner.
You did shut down Zach Ruby. I'll give you credit for that.
They were like, yeah, we know you want to play wide receiver and tight end or something, maybe catch a touchdown. So how's corner sound?
I think
lockdown though.
You did shut down Zach, dude, and that was it's very hard to shut down Zach Ruby.
They never threw to him. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense.
They had 30 them because of the fact that they were afraid to throw. They knew that you could jump that route any second and run that sucker back to the house. Yeah, they started killer instinct in your eye.
That's literally what I told them when they said I'm playing corner. I said, if I get an interception, one of y'all better be behind me because I'm pitching it. I ain't running nowhere.
Oh boy. Anyways, going back to it. Looking forward to KFFL. We got a lot more going on after Keystone though this month. Actually, you know what? Let's talk some Keystone. Where are my guests at? I sent that link like minutes ago. We got some more. Let's not wrap up Keystone quite yet.
I kind of thought it might have been too soon, but I don't know. It is a Blunt Talk episode, so I know you don't really have a schedule.
I have a schedule in my head. Mm-hmm. I just don't tell you about it because it's hard to translate.
You're also supposed to have guests. I don't see nobody.
I got people on here. I got you. You're on here right now?
Yeah.
Well, until someone jumps on, I'm just going to move on to other stuff. Waiting for someone to just do it. All right. No one's doing it. I might leave it open in the comments. Yeah, let's put a link in the comments. But anyways, we got a lot coming on in April. Really looking forward as well to next weekend when we start our OMFFL coverage every Sunday. We're going to have about 8 games for you in the Owings Mills Flag Football League. We're looking forward to also launching our Owings Mills show on Tuesday nights. That's going to be a new common thing, 9 p.m. We'll have that every week whenever games are being played that Sunday. It'll be a bit similar to our Washington County show that we did for many years, but it's going to be – I think you're going to like what we got because a lot of things have changed, man. Blunt Talk is not what it was in terms of what we were media-wise years ago. The advancements we made is kind of crazy. The way our shows look now compared to how they looked in 2017 is like night and day. I still remember sitting in a dim restaurant talking about flag football over a cup of water on my end and beer on everybody else's.
I was gonna say it was at least that place had a girl that brought you beer, but you kind of had to wave her down every once in a while.
Yeah, but at least she was nice.
Yeah, she was nice.
Yeah, but you look down at it. The rest of the way, we got OMFFL, and then of course we got the debut of the Warriors in the Washington County Flag Football League, and of course the premiere of a new show next Thursday, 9 p.m. The Warriors debut. In this week's episode of the Warriors, we'll talk about the unremarkables. And I'm going to get Z-Man himself to talk on the show. We're going to hit him up. Jamie Zimmerman, if you're out there, contact me, Joey Blaze. We want to talk next week. Warriors unremarkable. It's going to be good. We're going to see like who is better between a warrior and an unremarkable.
I really don't understand that team name.
You don't understand? Why do you understand that team name? It's like easy to understand. TJ has entered the room. Oh my God. Is he going to actually appear on my show for once, or is he going to flake as soon as I call him in? There he is. It's coming. We got Tuz. It's connecting. Can we get him? It's coming, Ross. I see it. The three lines are like wiggling up and down, like it's doing the worm. He's got it. Yeah, I hear him. TJ. I don't. Unmute yourself, fool.
What up, Joey?
There we go.
Yeah, I'm here. But hey, we got to make it quick, yo. You know what I'm in here doing.
You got what?
Getting ready.
Getting ready. What's going on? I can't see on that end, man.
It ain't showing. I'm in a Madden league.
Oh, okay. So you want us to watch you lose a Madden?
Nah, I got them waiting, but I got a few of the reckless villains in here playing because that's the only practice that we need.
Well, you got a tough opponent this weekend in the form of the Tri-State Spartans. How do you game plan for a Spartans team that's full of a lot of talent and also has a familiar face, TJ Williams, across the field from you in the form of Damian Cason, who will be making his official KFL debut this weekend?
Oh, man. It would be nice to see Damian back out there, but as far as everybody else, we already know them guys. We know what they do. I mean, Marquise is talking a lot, so a lot of my guys are fired up. So I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's going to be a good game, but with him saying that the game of the week is going to be him and the Killer Bees, I mean, I don't know. It may get ugly for him. I don't want to brag, but a lot of talking from that side of the camp, and y'all haven't really won yet. So when y'all win, let me know. But no disrespect to Don, Marquise. So I'm more worried about, I guess, the primetime team.
Primetime, yeah, that's going to be a really interesting game. And we talked about it. You know, TJ, you come from that background of Virginia 8-man, the VFFA style 8-man. And those your guys, they're coming from their own version of 8-man in the YAFFL. How many of the guys are you bringing from Virginia up there? Are we going to see an 8-man battle on a 9-man field potentially break out?
Well, we always play the 8-man style. I can't really say if we have a lot of Virginia guys because, you know me, Joey, I guess I'm all over the place. That's what people say. So I can't really spoil the fun. You guys will see who we have.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be an awesome game, dude. I'm excited. Reckless Villains of Spartans and Primetime. What a doubleheader.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're going
to my bad, Joey. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I like to thank Eric and Tyler because I did ask for this game against the Spartans first week, so I appreciate them for that. Set the season off right.
I think it's going to be a great way to start the season. This is going to be a prize fight, if anything.
Yeah,
Villains,
definitely.
Villains versus Spartans and prime time. You're talking about a team in the Spartans who almost knocked off your Showtime team last season in the Washington County semifinals. You weren't able to play much in that game, if at all, due to injury. You were out during that time. What did you observe from that game with the Spartans and Showtime back in November that you're going to take into this game on Saturday?
I guess we overlooked them. We really wasn't. I can't really say worried because every week we come out there, we come to bring it, but we took them lightly, and we learned our lesson. But once we started going, you already know with Boone at quarterback, that man's going to put up a lot of points. So if you can't put up points, it's tough to beat him. And that's all I could really say. It was a good game, those Spartans. But like I said, coming up close, it's you got to win. I mean, it's that simple. You can't say, "Oh, we won a game" if you don't win. I mean, I know how it feels to be on both sides as well, but you got to close the game out.
Facts, absolute facts. Looking forward to it. Anything else you want to add here tonight, TJ?
Uh, nah. Good luck to all the teams, and I'm gonna be looking forward to the celebrations. Uh, from everybody out there when they score and make plays. I mean, everybody knows this is a family atmosphere and stuff. So outside of lines, just like I said, we're all family. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it as well. This is going to be a really awesome weekend of flag football ahead. And we're going to have all 5 games live for you, Keith Giles and I, for all 5 games. Tune in for them all, 8 a.m. till about 2 p.m. That's 6 hours of flag football coverage. That's 6 hours of 5 great games being played. What
Definitely.
a day.
Definitely. And it's the first week, so dang, this is going to set the note. It's going to set the season. So everybody, good luck.
Hey, TJ.
Yo.
Replace the batteries in your smoke detector, dog.
That's not. I don't know what you're talking about, Ross. It might be my headphones because I'm on the Xbox headphones. So.
Nah, bro.
The smoke detector is above his head.
Consistently going off. There it is.
There it
is. That can't be mine, but I'll let you have it, Ross, as always. I know you always coming for me. So.
It's a 9-volt, dog. You can get them anywhere, basically. You go to the dollar store and get them. Beautiful thing.
Yes, sir. Hey, y'all have a good one, though, all right?
All right.
All right, fellas.
See you, TJ.
See you, TJ.
Peace.
Peace. TJ Williams joining us from the Reckless Villains. Really looking forward to seeing what Tuz and Company have in store this upcoming season in the Keystone Flag Football League. The guest line, as always, is wide open to anyone who wants to jump on in.
I would call in, but I'm already sitting here.
Ross, you should call in. Let's get on live. Ross Collins, what's going on?
I already deleted Zoom and everything.
And everything. Wow, Ross, you deleted everything.
Yeah.
Anyways, anywho, taking a look at the month ahead. We mentioned it, the Warriors kicking off 9 p.m. next Thursday night, the new show. We're going to be talking to Z-Man. Jamie Zimmerman, if you're watching this, I doubt he is, but if he is, come on down. We're ready for you. And anybody else who wants to talk about what is going on in the 4-state can jump in next week. It's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a lot of fun this spring season here in flag football. I'm looking forward to it. Thad is trying to call in. All right, let's get Thad on. I admitted him. Here he's coming. I see the three lines doing the worm again. It's connecting. Oh, I see it. I kind of see Thad.
No, you ain't gonna be able to see me, man. My internet terrible, man. What's going on, Joey?
Nothing much, Thad. How are you?
I'm cooling, man. I'm chilling, man. How y'all doing?
Doing wonderful, man. Doing wonderful. Ready for some flag football this weekend. Glad to see 9-man finally back here along the I-81 corridor. Looking forward to seeing what goes on this weekend in the Keystone Flag Football League. A lot of good action this weekend. I know you're really excited, Thad, for your games this weekend. Killer Bees to kick off. If you remember the NEN championship game last summer, that 5-man one, Killer Bees beat the Spartans in that game. I feel like that is going to be a lot of motivation for both sides going in. That was a very close physical championship game in 5-man. Really looking forward to seeing the 9-man rematch in Shippensburg this Saturday.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. Should be some good bump. I'm really looking forward to it.
Same. And then afterwards, you guys have the Reckless Villains. Thad, you yourself was a reckless villain last season.
Yeah, I was. I played with them for a little bit. I definitely was.
What happened there? I saw your name on the roster coming into playoffs. What went down with the Villains?
They tried to lie and say I didn't play enough games because they want me to play for real, but it's all good. I ain't tripping all that. It is what it is. I'm a Spartan, man. Spartan gang for life. Spartans forever. That's irrelevant. Last year's irrelevant, man. This year, yeah, man. You gotta go out there and handle business. Looking forward to that second game too. Looking forward to both of the games for real. It's gonna be a lot of fun this weekend. Team kind of hungry for real.
Yeah, dude. I'll be honest. Like it's been so long since we actually have gotten some real ball. We need some kind of like winter thing indoors somewhere to like play as a league in between. Because like this downtime sucks, but like it does make week one even sweeter when we get back out on the field and we get to see who really is better out there every single week and what I feel like is going to be a very competitive region for the circuit again. A lot of revitalized interest in the circuit. You take a look at what's coming with Ocean City. The Tri-State Spartans are in there, Thad. Are you heading down? Or are you making a trip to the beach?
Yeah, I'm out there, man. I'm out there with the guy. Most definitely. 100%.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them down there. That's going to be really awesome. You think about it, you got the Spartans going down, Killer Bees, you got the Misfits, Broad Axe, X Dogs. That's 5 teams from the 4-state going to Ocean City. We haven't had that many teams in a circuit tournament. You have to go all the way back to 2018 for the last time we hit that many in a circuit tournament. 2018, when we had Broad Axe, Ruckus, Red Knights, Program, we had AFN, we had Mayhem, and we had ADR all in Ocean City. And you think about what happened in Ocean City 2018, the league went 1-21 that weekend. Where are we now compared to where we were in 2018?
That's a rough stat.
1-21 was the overall record between all 7 Washington County teams that went to Ocean City in 2018. Can we improve on that here in the 4-state? Can we do better than that, please? I'm being serious for a moment. No disrespect, Thad. I know you're on right now, but Ocean City's coming up in a few weeks. And, you know, I got a lot of pride in this area. I got a lot of love for this area. But you look back at what happened in 2018 when the teams in this area went down to OC. It was a disaster.
It was
Mayhem got to win. I'll give Mayhem credit. They got to win at that tournament. But we got to do better this time around because this 9-man game has stepped it up on the circuit. And I'm going to let you off here for a moment, Thad. I appreciate you coming on. We'll see you on the field. But I'm just going to go ahead and finish this point. Thank you once again, Thad.
Do your thing, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thad Jones on the show. But I just want to get on here real quick and say it. Fellas, I've been traveling a while. I haven't missed a 9-man tournament in the DMV since Virginia Beach 2 years ago. And I've seen everything out there that is on the circuit. If you're not watching the lives, if you're not coming out to these exhibitions in Baltimore, if you're not paying attention to what's out there, you're going to be in for a big shock when you get out there. And, guys like the X-Dogs, they know that. Matt Eisenberg knows that. He knows what he's getting into. They got a reputation. He knows. He's won Ocean City. He's won Hagerstown. We put this point up last night. And, you look at the other teams who are going in there. Broad Axe, they know what they're getting into. Tom Hoffman knows. He's been to Nationals twice. He knows what's out there. He might be a little bit out of touch with it. It's been a couple of years for Broad Axe. A lot has changed since 2018. But, Tom knows what it's going to take to compete out there on the circuit. But you got teams like the Killer Bees. They're going out there for the very first time. What are they going to have and what are they going to be is the question with the Bees. Are they ready for this? Are the Spartans ready for this? Don't get me wrong. Those guys on the Spartans and the Bees, they're hungry. They're tough. They're fighters. They're going to come out there and ball the fuck out. 100%. Guaranteed. But I feel like this is going to be a different kind of game for a lot of these teams compared to what they're used to on the circuit. Misfits, they know. John Regan knows. He's won Ocean City. He's won Virginia Beach. People forget how good AFN was when they had Regan in 2019. He knows what's out there. He knows what it takes to win. But for a lot of you newer guys, this is different. This is not the game you play at home. Some of you got a taste of it over the last year. Hey, Carlos Sanchez, he got out there to Nationals. O'Shane Thorpe, he played in Clash of York for Rampage against Scorpions. You take a look at Nick Rowland, Ed Guerrero, Jace Denham, all got out there for the Reckless Villains in York against Rampage, BC Elite, and Aftermath. They know what it is, but for a lot of guys out there, I'm going to tell you as somebody who traveled many years ago for the first time in Virginia Beach in 2015, how different of a game it was. And I was introduced to the 9-man circuit game, having to line up across this quarterback, this big number 13 Kurt Warner looking guy that Andy had told us in a restaurant days earlier. Yeah, we're going against this guy. And I'm like, okay, who is he? And Andy said to us, his name is Mike D. And I said, yeah, that guy. And that weekend, I saw what really was out there. When I played the Blue Chargers.
Like, he legit.
And then I played Rideout right after that. I got my first exposure to what they offered. I'm telling you, fellas, for all those who haven't been out there traveling, it's different. It's a different game, and it's a man's game compared to what's played in league ball. You may think you're tough, but you won't know how tough you are till you get out there and face what's out there. And some of you are ready. X-Dogs know. Broad Axe knows. Misfits know. Do the Bees and Spartans know, though? We will see. We will see. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Ocean City is going to be awesome. That's going to be coming up. That's going to be April 25th and 24th and 25th. I'm going down there. I'm going to be celebrating my 30th birthday that weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. Dirty 30. I'm excited, bro. That's what they called it, right? Dirty 30. Isn't that what that one girl said to the other guy in the group chat? I don't know. I never heard that till then.
What, 30-30?
No, dirty 30.
That's what I just said.
You said 30-30.
No, I didn't.
Okay, never mind. Not arguing with you tonight. We're not having this conversation. Every time we fight.
You're the only one up.
No. We're not having this conversation. But I'm looking forward to it, dude. OC's going to be lit. It's going to be legit. I'm really happy to see the X-Dogs get back there on the field in the circuit play. They actually looked really good in day one of OC a couple years ago. They beat up on the Blackhawks. They beat up on the Honey Badgers. They were actually number one seed going into day two before the Renegades took them out in the quarterfinals. Looking forward to seeing Broadax back on the circuit. It's been a long time since we've seen Broadax travel.
Yeah.
And a big part of it was quarterback consistency. Grable retired. So you lose Grable. And then Mert gets busier with life. So you don't have Mert. And then they go through that whole transition period. They had TJ Williams. And then TJ was gone. They had Big Mike. But Big Mike's not the long-term answer there.
Right.
Mike's a good tight end, but I don't know about him as a circuit QB guy. They tried Jacob Mitchell in Ocean City. And that didn't quite go well, but happens. They had Kevin Clancy, but he's a bullet. You ain't getting him away from budget. Sorry, Tom. Although Tom did jump on the bullets with Ridenauer at Ocean City 2019 and almost got himself an A championship. Big shout out to Tom for jumping on the A circuit for that tournament. Even if it was a roll of smaller.
That was a good team, though.
That was a really good Bullets team.
It was.
We're looking forward to seeing them return to the Maryland Bullets at Ocean City. It'll be the first time they've played 9-man since Worlds last year. It's been over a year since we've seen the Bullets, Ross. Looking forward to seeing what the No Mercy team is. We know it's Scorpions. What are the other pieces they've added? How good is this team going to be? I think they sorry. I think they showed at National, that even without Greg Proctor, they can compete on the circuit. They definitely showed that. They played tough. They held their own. They had a really good weekend down in Nationals, for all things considered. They were missing a lot of key pieces in that tournament. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. I really am. You take a look at other teams going on in that tournament. Misfits. Is this going to be the ultimate Regan team? We saw the monster he helped put together with AFN at Ocean City 2019. We've seen what he did in Washington County. We've seen what he did in Keystone. What is he going to bring to the table this time? You would think this has to be the strongest team yet. They're going to go out there in A, and they're going to try to compete.
Right.
And then you look at it, there's some chance that the Strong Island Bulldogs will be coming in. Are we going to see Birdman? I'm pretty sure we will. Will it be his return to 9-man? No main event in Ocean City. That part makes me kind of sad, but I believe there's other commitments is what I've been told. I have not seen the Punishers yet either. So the top two teams coming out of Nationals so far are not going to be there from what I'm gathering.
Right.
Maybe I overlooked Punishers. Sometimes I don't read right. Lions are in there. So you got the number 3 team. Strong Island's in there, also number 3. I've heard nothing from the Lou yet. I've been telling the Lou guys they got to come to OC. Preston Shivers, I said you're watching. I don't know if you still are or not, but you got to come celebrate my 30th birthday with me, bro. Saying to you, Skinny, fly on out, fellas. I'm looking forward to it, dude.
Ocean City, Maryland.
Ocean City, dude. I'm gonna pull up the teams that Andy's got for that tournament so far. Hey, shout out to Andy Hoffman. It's been a while since we've seen an Andy tournament, dude.
Yeah.
And I feel, and this is going to be probably the only one I think he does this year because there's no Virginia Beach from what I'm gathering. There's going to be doing Atlantic City instead. Looking forward to seeing what Andy has, man. OC is the most fun tournament to go to, usually this time of the year. Always had a great time down there. Really looking forward to what is to come in that tournament. We're going to have media coverage. Great media coverage the whole time. Looking forward to it. Let's take a look at some of the teams in there. We got Bulldogs, Aftermath. Aftermath looked like they were showing signs of improvement coming out of nationals. The question is, what's the quarterback situation? You got Elite Rebels, Scott Reynolds and company. They're going to go for A. See what TJ Holston can do. Can he make that transition from B quarterback to A quarterback? Rollers are going to be in there as well. What are they going to have? Looking forward to seeing them. They were very close to knocking off main event in day 3 of nationals. So that's going to be some really stiff competition. Then you throw in No Mercy. You got the Bullets. Hey, Blazers. Shout out Rob Lane once again for that jersey. He made it's over there, and I can't get up. I don't feel like getting up. But like big shout out to the Blazers. They're going back to A for this tournament. Looking forward to seeing what they have in store. Dream will be going in as well. And I don't know, did you have Dream on day 2 of Nationals for us by chance? I didn't cover them either. I hit up Jerome about that, I guess. They're going to be in it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Dream can do. There's a lot of young talent on that team. They played at B at Nationals, and there's been getting a lot of rave reviews from some of the experienced DMV teams in the area. So they're going to be trying to make the A jump. We'll see how it goes. Then you got the Lions, the semifinalists at Nationals. They had an excellent weekend until they ran into the main event in that semifinal game. 148 Outlaws. You yourself said, Ross, their defense played really well at Nationals. It was just the offense couldn't get going. Then you look at 7-point spread, 3-point spread. Can they rebound from their performance at Nationals? Because that offense was just an absolute disaster. But if they played Chris Tivis, it would have been different. And then you take a look at what's coming in the B. A lot of wild card teams here. You got 717 Elite, D. Will and company. They're doing a lot of stuff right now. They're trying to be that next team for the YAFFL on the circuit. They played at DMV FFL last month for Craig's 8-man tournament. They went ahead and played in the YAFFL tournament last weekend. They're going to be at East Coast Nationals. They're playing 9-man in Ocean City. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what 717 Elite has to offer. Then, of course, Broad Axe. Shout out to Tom. He's putting the team back in. He's giving Timmy Townsend a chance to see what it's like on the circuit. This is going to be big for his development, man. I feel like he needs this in order to grow as a quarterback. I really do. Big shout out to Timmy, man. This is going to be a real test for him. Depending who that draw is, because you got teams like the Maryland Titans, a lot of experience coming back, especially, we saw at Nationals, that offense looking a little bit different with Doc back there.
Yeah.
Let's see what the old man can do, bro. I think he's going to be 56 this year. Yeah, still playing 9-man at QB. He was playing A ball up until last season, bro. Then after that, we got Rampage, of course. Steve Winter and company, they're going to bring a lot of talent to the table. You're wondering who they're going to hold on to after the split with the Misfits guys. I've seen Chico out there, bro. Chico's still on Rampage. That's a pretty big game for that offense. And the defense as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Rampage comes the ball. And, of course, you can't count out a guy like Chris Price. Chris Price is going to come out there and ball out every time. Then, of course, you got the Blackhawks, Tommy Lightfoot and company. You know they're going to bring the house on day 2. They're going to come ready to play. Tommy brings a lot of experience. He brings the defending MAFL champions out there. We're looking forward to seeing how they do. Then you got the Ducks, the Long Island Ducks. They're coming down. Hey, but going back to the Blackhawks, remember, they beat the Wolfpack on day 2. They were the only team to beat the NTD Wolfpack at Nationals. And then you take a look at other teams in there, the Long Island Ducks. You know, they were a top team. They were top 5 in our rankings at our Nationals. They played very well up north. Looking forward to seeing how they do hit Ocean City. And then you got X-Dogs from there, Matt Eisenberg and company. They'll make their return to the circuit. First time since 2019 for the Dogs. And you know that X-Dogs team that year was really good. And it's a shame they didn't travel more because I feel like Matt and company are always a contender when they go out. Yeah. And then Baez Auto, Brandon Real and company, just came off of the YAFFL championship. Really looking forward to seeing what they do. How cool would a Baez Auto X-Dogs game be? The new blood in Pennsylvania versus the old guard.
Right.
We have that needs to be a thing. We need a Baez Auto X-Dogs game. And if you look at the Killer Bees, Eric Cardi and company, they're going to try to make some statement. But what do they got, bro? Because how many of those guys from that team they got at KFFL are going to actually be there for Ocean City? Because there's a lot of misfits over there.
Right.
Really looking forward to seeing how they do, the inexperienced team, but of course, they're going to be bringing a lot to the table. And then we got the Dirty Birds. Brian Roberts is captain. We're looking forward to seeing him. You know, I liked Brian Roberts back in the day for the Orioles, second baseman. I guess this is going to be a Baltimore Orioles flag football team. We're looking forward to seeing it. Maybe some Atlanta Falcons thrown in there. And then you got the Tri-State Spartans, Don Brown and company. Don coming to the circuit. I don't know if Don traveled back in the day or not, but like it's going to be interesting to see what the Spartans team can do. They definitely have gotten rave reviews from other teams they played in the OMFFL. I think they can compete. I really do. Then you got the L&D Bulls, Kevin Fields. That's the former 410 Ravens guys. They're going to be coming out there. Looking forward to seeing how they do. They struggled a little bit in York, but things have changed, so we'll see what they got in store. Riot Squad, I had them on day 3 against Blazers. That they were very good on defense. Offense, though, just couldn't get going, man. They struggled in that game against the Blazers, but always a tough draw against Rob Lane and the greatest coach in flag football, Deuce Dutch. And then you look at FOE. They looked really good at Nationals. They were very surprising. I think a lot of people slept on FOE at Nationals, and they showed a lot of teams they can compete. And then you got the Long Island Demons. They were the champions of Albany a couple years ago. Looking forward to seeing them back out there on the circuit. We didn't see them at Nationals due to COVID, but they're back now. Happy to see that. Then we got the Maryland Venom, Robbie Sparks and company. They're going to come out there. I was hoping this was the Johnny Cocho Venom. It's not too late, Johnny, April 11th. But, like, you know, I like to see what Robbie Sparks and them do. Looking forward to seeing them. AFN, what do they have left, Ross? Cuzzo? There you go. All you got, all you need. And then after that, we got BSN, the Bullshit Network. Looking forward to that. And joining us at this time is a gentleman who has played the circuit for many years. He's been involved in many tournaments. He's played with the likes of Rob Lane, Chris Boone, and he's played against the likes of a Mike DeMartilier and Brian Alfieri. I'm talking about a man who came up through the ranks a couple years ago. I first played with him on the circuit. I was on the sidelines watching him, of course. He stood out to me just the way he would go after the quarterback in that game when we played way back as Too Much Talent. That was against the ALU Panthers. I'm talking about, of course, if he connects, Mr. Damian Cason. Still says connecting, though. Damn, Dave. There we go.
What's up, man? What's up?
Nothing much, bro. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm freezing my ass off out here in this garage.
Yeah, speaking of freezing our asses off in the garage right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Dame, welcome to the show. It's been a while since we had you on. I think the last time was last summer when you and we were talking. I was house sitting. We did a pretty good segment there toward the end. At the time, we were talking about your return to the Spartans. That was at the very beginning because you were set to play that week against a team, the 410 Ravens, the day prior. You made your 9-man return. You guys lost the first game against them, got to win the second time. You were there during the camp during the offseason, but not many people realize what was your role behind the scenes with the Tri-State Spartans last season in the Washington County Flag Football League? Because while you may not have been allowed to be on the field, you were there in spirit.
Oh, yes, sir, for sure. So I sort of over the summer, over the off season, last year I was there a lot more. This year we're in the process of buying a house and moving, so I've been busy the last couple months pretty much. But last year I was just giving wisdom, giving tips. Like they got great leadership over there already with the Spartans. Just some of them haven't been playing this flag game as long. So anytime I saw something with an upcoming opponent, anytime I saw something I didn't like, I just throw my 2 cents in there. Everybody listened. Everybody gave their own feedback back. It's a good group of guys. They're willing to get better. They want to put that work in. They want to be great. They want to do this shit, man. They want to travel. Like I got a lot of respect for the guys over there. They're young too. They got a young core of some dogs that when they do hit the circuit and they get that taste, they're gonna want to keep going. Like I see it. But it was just certain things like um for instance, I posted a little post I posted in the group a time or two. I just throw some motivational shit out there, try and get people hyped up. If there's one thing about a team I'm on, I can guarantee you we're gonna come and bring it. It don't matter if we got 12 people. If I'm part of that team, you can guarantee they're gonna at least be ready to play mentally. So I just throw out a couple little speeches here and there, and then it was actually that post I posted. It was referring to when Tyler Spencer said Showtime was gonna beat the Spartans 30-0. I couldn't even play, and that shit pissed me off. I didn't need to really say nothing because the group, the page, the Spartans page was already popping. Everybody was already on one page. We're gonna come out there. It wasn't even a Showtime player that said it. It was Tyler. And I mean, Tyler really did fuel the fire. And then I threw my 2 cents in there and just put it in perspective. Like, look, this shit is, you know what I mean? You gotta stand for something or you're gonna fall for everything. This shit, we grown ass men. This shit's disrespectful as fuck. Like, so I just felt like I needed to say something. So I said something to the guys and wished them luck. Wish I could be out there on the field with them. And then I sat back and I watched them go to war with Showtime, who was everybody keeping it a bean. Showtime overmatches Spartans if you look at it. You got motherfuckers who played in the NFL, you got D1 athletes, you got dogs who play on the circuit. Every chance they get, they play against the best of the best. Showtime's supposed to win that game by 2 to 3 scores. They supposed to on paper, but that's why you play the game. You can't measure heart. I'm not trying to be corny or none of that shit. You can't measure heart. Like, and Spartans went out there and they left that shit on line. Keenan was throwing dots. He was dotting up Showtime's defense. And the motherfuckers, even though they lost, they put themselves on the map. And usually there's no such thing as a moral victory with me. But the way they went out there and they fought, I got real excited. I was like, I can't wait to join that team. Can't wait to bring my energy. You know, I got some dogs with me that wherever I go, they coming with me. So it's not just me coming to the Spartans. Um, I respect the bees. I respect the reckless villains. But I keep hearing both teams are stacked. Like y'all think I'm coming out this bitch alone? It's just wild to me. I'm not gonna put no names out there because you'll see within the weeks from the faces that pop up, this shit ain't no joke. I'm not coming out to the KFFFL for fun. Neither is the Spartans. We got one goal. That's just to walk away with that motherfucking chip. That's it. Everything else is irrelevant. We glad we got the reckless villains because I mean, there ain't no secret to that. There's a little rivalry going on. I got my own little rivalry going on with TJ. Anytime me and TJ step on the field, I don't like to lose to that motherfucker. He don't like to lose to me. So that's personal between us. We're not gonna harp on that too much because it's reckless villains versus Spartans. It's not TJ versus Dame. But best believe there's gonna be some little matchups in between that game. Like you're gonna see some O-line and D-line work that been talking shit. You're gonna see some matchups out wide that been talking shit. This the time. All that shit talking, it don't mean nothing if you don't bring it. All that rah-rah shit sound nice, but it don't hold no motherfucking water if you can't bring that shit.
Absolute facts, man. I agree on that.
That is true.
What is your opinion, though? Because we talked about villains, of course. That's the first game. Your second game is going to be a bit of a wild card in the form of prime time. They're coming in. You, of course,
Oh no.
faced them back at the four state fours in Greencastle back in January. What were your impressions of them in that game, and what do you take out of that game going into this one?
So Joey, we actually play Killer Bees first, and then we play Reckless Villains second. We don't play primetime this
Oh,
week.
my
Reckless,
bad, dude.
yeah,
My
nah, but
brain's
you good.
different.
You good,
Yeah.
but I give
Sorry,
my
I got
2 cents.
over. Yeah, we'll skip that. We'll skip that, dude. I got you
If you
all
want,
flipped with the villains in my head. Yeah.
if you want me to, I
Killer
can give my.
Bees. See, both teams have black and yellow. That's what mixed me up in my head. Let's talk
Nah,
about the Killer Bees, though. NEN tournament. Last year, you guys played in the 5-man championship.
I don't want to talk
I
about
see
it.
your face. You went down immediately when I brought that up.
I don't want to talk about it. That shit still hurt. Like, don't get me wrong. That was like anytime I step out there, there's a reason I am the way I am. I mean, some people love me, some people hate me. I think there's more people that hate me, but we're not gonna get into that. But I'll play this game only one way. Every time I go out there, even if it's a scrimmage on a fucking Tuesday, I'm giving it everything I got. If you catch the right time, I'm gonna be talking shit pretty much 95% of the time. And I'm gonna go as hard as I fucking can. And for it to be hot out there, for us to fight the way we did and to come back against program, I was invested in that shit. I was ready to walk away with that chip and that little bit of bag. Even though it was a little bit, it's still a bag. I don't give what nobody say. Money is money. I take it. Anytime I don't give we bet $5, I'll take it. And then we had our lead. We got up. I really thought we had that shit. And then Dirt Boy and Orion single-handedly. Well, I guess you can't say single-handedly if there's 2 of them. But them niggas did their thing. And they brought them back, yo. And I look back now, and the reason I hold my head is because I put that on me. The knowledge I have on the defensive side of the ball, shit, and the offensive side of the ball, that's what I played my whole life was offense, really. So the knowledge I have, I should have made some adjustments on our defense. Once I saw what they was doing with Orion and Larry, I should have made adjustments. So I personally take that one because them motherfuckers played their asses off all day. So that's why I put my head down a little bit because I look back at the games and I'm pissed off because I didn't make those adjustments. People will tell you that's the difference between me. I ain't afraid to make adjustments. I ain't afraid to pull myself out. I ain't afraid to pull out my starting quarterback who people think is the best in the area. I'm not afraid to make that change if shit ain't going. But I didn't make no changes. I just kept doing the same shit that ain't working. So that 5-on-5 shit really got me I don't forget that one. That one's fresh in the memory. I'm from the talks of it and from the looks of it, I'm gonna see a little bit of a different bees team out there on Saturday, but that don't take away from there's still killer bees. I still owe them something. You know what I mean? I don't ever like to sit back and see a motherfucker get handed a trophy that I was so close to taking. You know what I mean? That shit eats at me. So both of these games is great games to start the little comeback tour for me. Like it's look like there's gonna be a lot of talent out there. Killer Bees made some moves. Reckless Villains made some moves. I know they got some. I know they got some linemen. I know that for sure. You know they're gonna have Wayne and some weapons. I'm hearing. I'm hearing some Chris Boone talk out there, which y'all know that get me a whole different type of excited. If I get to do if I get to play Boone on Saturday, y'all have no idea what type of energy that's gonna bring out of me. But I'm just hearing some shit. Who knows if it's true? Everybody talking until week 1, week 2, whatever. But to play the Killer Bees and the Reckless Villains, my first game, my first official 9-man games. I've been playing some 8-man back in Virginia, but my first 9-man games, yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad whoever worked this schedule out gave us some good bump these first week.
Yeah, this is a loaded opening week. Can we
Yo,
talk
KF,
about, can we say
yeah,
it? Is KFFL the number 3 league in the 4 state for 9-man right now?
nah,
Have Washington County.
we can't say that off no preseason bullshit. I'm just keeping it 100. Like y'all know how I feel about Washington County and the fact I'm still suspended. We ain't gonna talk about that.
No.
But you can't say that off of just hearsay, because what could happen is all these teams look real nice on paper, and then you never get that same full team there throughout the week. You get pieces here and there, and then the league is going to be competitive, but the talent's not really what everybody think it's about to be. I think the potential for KFFL is way above Washington County's potential. I think KFL still is up here, and I think Washington County is on the way down here. So I think after it could be even after week 1 or week 2, and I could be like, yeah, it's sorry, County, it's a wrap. Y'all done fell down. But right now, you can't say that off of preseason hype. You got to at least let the shit play out, see how it is. But I do agree that the potential is definitely, they got the 3rd highest potential in this area behind OMFFL and MAFL. As far as putting it out there and doing the thing, we're going to see Saturday.
I 100% agree. I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be an awesome Saturday ahead. Want to get your thoughts, Damian Kason. Will you be at Ocean City as well in Spartans?
I don't know.
Gotcha. We'll see about that.
I don't know. I can't.
No, I think that's if so, that's a game changer, because that's the experience they're going to need going in. You've been the battle yourself. You faced against Main Event. You faced Strong Island. You faced the Lions. You have faced almost every competitor along the way on the A circuit. We haven't really talked much circuit ball with you in a while, because a lot of things have been happening at home mostly for you. What are your thoughts on what's going on within the A circuit and the major influx of these DMV teams into the A circuit? When, remember, there was a time of day, Dame.
I fucking love it. I don't care. Like, y'all might be surprised. I might go play with an up north team on the circuit. It might, you know what I mean? But I always, since my days with the Spartans, it's always been DMV. It's always been, I might talk shit to the DMV players the most. That's just because I see y'all the most. At the end of the day, it's always gonna be DMV versus everybody. Like I said, I might go run with an up north team, and that's just because I got some ties in a different way. But it's always the DMV. Always. I'm always gonna root for the DMV. I'm always gonna check up on them. I'm always, if I'm not on a team or I'm not putting a team in, and I haven't already committed, I'll hit up some of my old heads, and I'll be like, hey, any of y'all know a team that need one? It's always gonna be love for the DMV. I'm glad teams are stepping up. I'm hype about what the Misfits are doing. I'm hype about what Rampage is doing. Like, these are young teams. Like this ain't 7 Point. This ain't the old Savages. This ain't Whack. This ain't the Blackhawks. These are younger teams moving up and going to play A. And that shit. That shit. I'm proud of that shit. Like, for real. Like,
And
because I remember.
it's crazy. A lot of people thought that ADR Mayhem were insane for playing A back in the day.
Oh yeah. Nah, for the first year or two, I heard it. ADR, y'all just donating, y'all just this, that, and another. And I mean that's their opinion. I felt like we got better, even taking the L's. We got better when we finally got the product out there, when we had enough and we had the depth and we had the right pieces. We knocked off some of the best teams in the nation. We played head to head with some of the best teams in the nation. We lost to a main event team. Granted, it was on a Saturday, but we lost to a main event team 13-6, I think it was, and they had 2 pick-sixes.
Yeah, Pomo stepped it up in that game in a big way.
Yeah. So we lost the main event like that in Ocean City. We lost to the Bullets on just sloppy. Once again, we didn't move the ball the way we should move the ball. Then we go to Virginia Beach, and even though it's a Saturday, we go head to head with the Bulldogs, and we pull off a big upset. We beat the Bulldogs. Then we turn around and we beat the Lions. Those two teams ended up playing in the championship on Sunday, and we beat both of them on Saturday. Granted, it's Saturday. I know this, but we was just taking the right steps. We was making the right moves. We was headed in the right direction. We was fighting. We was playing. We was actually entering tournaments. We was doing our thing. It's just it took us a little longer to get where we were, and then we ended up going our separate ways after a decent showing in nationals. Not a good showing, not a great showing, a decent showing. We made it to Sunday. We beat some decent teams, and I mean, we was getting better. We was making the right move. So it can be done. Like the DMV, like 7 point spread, they had a little. It surprised me. I ain't gonna lie. 7 point was my like favorite to win that shit. I ain't even gonna lie, to win nationals. I was like, they might do it again. Looking at the team they had on paper, the fact that they had the dogs they got, they added Ty up front. Like, just on paper, Ty and Rashad on the same D line is just crazy to me. And then you add in other dogs around them. I felt like 7 point was gonna walk away with that shit. I did not see, didn't having Do at quarterback. I did not see 7 point doing that. That shit really, like, everybody make jokes and shit, but that shit really, like, I know they question it, but that shit fucked me up. I literally thought 7 point was gonna walk away with it.
They
So
were very, very. The defense was there. Don't get me wrong. Their defense did play lights out. That, the only game where they really weren't in it was that Lions game where they lost 21-0. But at that point, Dane, you yourself know if your offense can't even move the ball, you as a defensive player, you're going to wear down.
you're gonna wear down. You're gonna press the issue. You're gonna feel like you gotta not just make that play. You gotta make a play. You gotta get a pick-6. So now you jump in shit that you don't usually jump because you pressing because your offense ain't giving. Trust me, you right. I know about it. I just was surprised. Like, it just caught me off guard because, like, I might not. Some of them 7-point guys I talk to, every time I see them, I dap them up. But we don't really chit chat like that. But to see that team and to see it go that way, I hope they're not done. I hope they go into Ocean City or whatever the next tournament is.
They're in it. They're in it.
But yeah, because they, you know, what I mean, they still right now until we figure out what's going on with PME. 7 points still the face of the area. You know what I mean? 7 points still the Misfits look like they got a network. I ain't even gonna say I don't know what to call it. It's a network. They got some dogs, and they deep like Misfits. If they can get shit rolling and clicking and just get some experience on the A-level circuit, Misfits is gonna be something special too. But right now, it's 7 points to big dogs around here, and you know what I mean. That's just what it is. You got your teams like Scorpion and Rampage though, who can, and then BC Elite and Misfits and Renegade. All these motherfuckers can beat 7 point any day. I'm not disrespecting them. I'm just saying as like the best team in this area, it's got to be 7 point right now.
You know, people forget that 7 point did travel to Corona Classic back in September as well to play. They were the only DMV team up there in that tournament.
Yep.
The big key to their success is the fact that they are not afraid to go out there and get the best bump they can get. And on paper, they had a team that should have won at least a game or two. You know, you got D.O., who's won a national championship right there at quarterback. But then the other things, like, you know, they had Chris Tibbs, who's got experience, but he didn't play a single down.
Yeah, I mean, I respect how Cody do his shit. Like, Cody ain't just finna let some nigga off the street unless you different. Like, and when I say different, I mean like
it was tough though, because I feel like the biggest problem they have is that their O line was getting beat up front the entire time.
I agree, and I even told
Tibbs had to run for his life, dude. Like, I was back there filming both for the Gladiators game and the Lions game, and I think D.O. did more running than he did throwing in that game.
Yeah. Heads up, Joey, my phone might die here soon. I don't want you to think I just hung up on you, bro. Nothing like that. But yeah, nah. That's why I even told Tibbs. I said, like, I get how they run things, but the fact that you're not putting no points on the board and Do out there literally running for his life, you gotta at least get that man Tibbs some bump. Like, at least let it. He can't do no worse than what the other niggas was doing. Like,
honestly, I get it. You got your own guys. You don't want to put them out in the street like that, but at the same time, my philosophy has always been: if you're not performing up to the standard we need you to perform at, something's got to change. It don't matter who you are. If you're not up to the standard, then you got to go.
Yeah,
you either got to change your position and place of power, what you're doing, let someone else in. It's just, you got to make an adjustment. You can't stick to the same thing that's not working.
Nah, you're right.
Like, too much on the line, man. Too much on the line, especially at nationals.
Yeah, you got people who like got their families down there. There's a whole everybody look forward to this shit once a year. So I mean, people invest in that shit. So you just gotta put your best product out there. And even I get it, starting your guys, because like I said, I respect the way he run that shit. Like, he going to war with the dudes that been there. But I mean, if them niggas getting killed, you can't really go to war with dead bodies. Like, you need to go to war with some fresh bodies, try something new. Like, so I mean, but I'm not perfect. Like I said, I just said I made mistakes in the 5-man joint, because sometimes you get in the zone and you did something for so long that you trust that. You trust them motherfuckers. You seen them motherfuckers. You seen them 7-point linemen pick their head up and get out their ass and like go out there and do something. So I mean, maybe he was just hoping that they would pick their head up out their ass and go to work. Like, it just never ended up happening.
Unfortunately for them, it did not. It was a long weekend for 7-point, but we'll see how they rebound, and we'll see how the other teams perform in Ocean City in a few weeks. Anything else you want to add tonight, Dane?
Nah, man, I'm excited to be back. Y'all be on the lookout. Like I said, I ain't gonna drop no names, but just know the Spartans are fully loaded. They got one in the chamber. They got the extendo. Them niggas got a whole bag of some shit. Best believe Spartans is coming to play. Not just on Saturday, because we're gonna be missing some people. That's no excuse. Everybody miss people. But the whole season, you're gonna see the Spartans continually to get better. And by playoffs, they're going out there to do what the fucking goal is. And we're gonna go out there and we're gonna get us a ship. That's it. Anything less is a disappointment. Uh, that's it. Is everything else is irrelevant. Stats is irrelevant. I'm going out there. Yes, I'm gonna make an impact. And y'all motherfuckers gonna know I'm back. But if we don't win, I don't give a fuck what I do. That shit don't matter. We gotta go get 2 dubs on Saturday. We owe Don a trophy. No bullshit.
And we're looking forward to this Saturday, Shippensburg Memorial Park in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. We got a doubleheader. Killer Bees, Tri-State Spartans, and then the Spartans turn right around to play the Reckless Villains. It's going to be lit. It's going to be legit. Thank you for coming on tonight, Dame. We'll see
Yes,
you
sir.
on your return Saturday, 9:15 a.m.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, man.
All right. Thanks for coming on. Damian Kason joining us. And that's about it for the month of April, Ross. But what a month we have coming. Keystone, Warriors, OMFFL,
Yeah.
Ocean City.
Football.
'Tis the season.
Football.
Anyways, anyhow, anywho, for tonight's guests, TJ Williams, Thad Jones, and Damian Kason, and of course, Ross Collins, I'm Joey Blaze saying good night, rest in peace, Ronnie, and get well, Lurie. We'll see you Saturday morning, 7:55 a.m. for some Keystone Flag Football League action. Good night, everybody.